For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today, and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
News team, assemble!
Joining us live because if you want to know anything about the Outer Banks, Sam Walker's the dude to fill you in.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli.
Always appreciate talking to you.
Always good stuff with Sam Walker in the Outer Banks.
Now here's Les Nessman and the news.
And good morning, everyone. It is OBX Today Live for Tuesday, November 23rd. 2021. Thanksgiving week is here. Things are, well, pretty busy. Lots going on the beach. A lot of traffic. In the off season, it doesn't exist anymore. Thanksgiving's always busy around here. So many people have come in already. More people coming in today on what our pals at InsideNova.com calling the busiest travel day of the year, at least for up there. It seems like Tuesday now is the big day of travel. Where it used to be always Wednesday. It seems like today is the day, so expect a lot of traffic. We do have a little bit of traffic issues this morning. The Cape Hatteras Ocracoke, or the Hatteras Ocracoke ferry, not running right now. In fact, here's the most recent screen grab from down at the ferry dock in Hatteras this morning. And they're going to be sitting there a while. You can see the ferry's docked at the docks up here. And they're going to be there for a little while. Looks like we got winds are up this morning. That's why we've got the ferry delays happening today. Let's see here. Let me check my info from Tempest.com, TempestWeather.com. See what we got wind-wise. We're in Anthe Pier right now. They're reporting north at 16. Oh, no, north at 20. Gust of 26. Down on Hatteras. Let's see. In Hatteras Village, I'm seeing north-northwest at 28. Gust of 35 right now. And in Ocracoke, well, in the Village, north at not 20, but gust of 23. So, windy day. Pretty much everywhere. It's chilly out there. This morning temperature right now is only at, of course, that thermometer is not working. Down in Hatteras, what do we got temperature-wise here? 40 degrees down in Hatteras Village right now. Up on the North Beach. Let's see here, the Kitty Hawk Bathhouse. I've got one of the weather stations. Same one I've got, the Tempest. 39 right now with winds there. I don't know if they have their winds working right now. No, it doesn't look like we've got a wind reading there, which kind of stinks because that's a great spot to get some info because it's right there on the beach. The sensor's right up on the dune next to the Kitty Hawk Bathhouse, right as you walk over, but they don't have any wind data right now. That kind of stinks. I need to get a new meter out there. All right, so windy start this morning, and they'll be dying down as we get into the evening hours. But again, delays on the Hatteras Ocracoke Ferry this morning because of those winds. And the winds are causing one event to be canceled today, the First Flight Holiday Market, which was to take place at Aviation Park today from 4 until 7 this evening, has been unfortunately canceled. So they are going to, the next one will be on Tuesday, December 7th. But this evening's First Flight Holiday Market from 4 to 7 at the Aviation Park in Killable Hills has been canceled because of the winds that we're expecting through this afternoon. All right, yesterday, new info coming out from Dare County. We had understood that the bids would be had come back on more beach nourishment projects. The Avon Buxton Beach Nourishment Project bids were due any time now, and yesterday they released the information. The bids actually were open last week on Wednesday. Still pending approval from the Dare County Board of Commissioners and finalization, but Great Lakes Dock and Dredge has put in the low bid of $25.8 million for the Avon Buxton Beach Nourishment projects. Now, they had estimated the cost was going to be coming in at around $30.2 million. So the bid's under at $25.8 with a projected start date of May 1st and an end date of September 30th. So that's good news, even as late as those bids are being processed, that they can get things going in just over 6 months from now on the beach nourishment project for Avon and Buxton. Now, the Dare County Board of Commissioners still have to give approval to award the bid. That is still has to be done. They'll do that at their next meeting, the first December meeting, which is what, 29. So the 5th, I think, or 6th, Monday the 6th of December. Great Lakes Dock and Dredge, very familiar with the Outer Banks. They did the first ever beach nourishment project in Nags Head back in 2011. They came back and did the Duck through Nags Head projects 4 years ago. So they're very familiar with beach nourishment on the Outer Banks. But they'll be doing Hatteras Island this time, where they did not do Hatteras Island the most recent time. That was done by Weeks Marine, who got the low bid for the Duck Southern Shores Killable Hills project. The South Nags Head project, which will run from Jeanette's Pier to the town border with Cape Hatteras National Seashore. Those bids could be coming. We may here in a matter of days. We'll be getting the info on that for the town of Nags Head. As far as the Avon project goes, that's going to be paid for from Dare County's occupancy tax that goes into the Beach Nourishment Fund, as well as a raise in property taxes, and will run between Due East Road and the Ramp 38 area. The sand loss from previous beach widening from the haul over to the old Coast Guard base in Buxton, that's going to be paid for with state and federal monies. Those projects are eligible for federal and state grants because that loss of sand was caused by recent hurricanes, and also a portion of Dare County sand tax, Beach Nourishment Fund from the occupancy tax will go to pay for that one. That's the same way they're going to pay for the South Nags Head project. Weeks Marine put in a bid of $27.9 million to handle Duck Southern Shores, Kittiawah, and Killable Hills. They actually did the project off Buxton between 2017 and 18. That ran into numerous mechanical and weather delays delays during that widening. Duck Southern Shores, Kittiawah, and Killable Hills going to have to come up with just under $12 million, while the county's Beach Nourishment Fund contribution will be just over $8.7 million. And there's grants of $11.7 million coming from the FEMA and the state, since there's a re-nourishment project. So they couldn't get those fully funded because some of that sand loss is considered natural sand loss, not just from hurricanes. So that money couldn't be tapped into like South Nags Head and Buxton could. So, well, the big question, of course, keeps coming up. People have already got their rentals booked for next year, wanting to know, when are they going to be off my house? It's too early to know. Those construction schedules won't be available probably until mid-spring, probably not till March or April at the earliest, to know exactly where they're going to start in each of those project areas. So it'll be next spring before we know. Usually that work will take anywhere from 3 to 5 days at the most between a particular milepost. It can take less than that depending on how the weather's going and how fast they're able to get the sand pumped, but they do work through the day and night to get those projects done. So just keep that in mind with your booking travel next year to the Outer Banks, that there will be beach nourishment going on next year. One more project bid to go out, but it looks like everything's all in place for it to happen in 2022. And, of course, we'll keep you up to date with it. Morebeachtolove.com. You want to bookmark that. You want to check that periodically. Town of Nags Head, among the other towns, setting up temporary email lists that will put out information about where the projects are taking place each time. The last couple of times, since these projects started 10 years ago, really great job by the towns and Dare County to put out a daily information about where the beach nourishment's going on, and helps us out because we can put that out for you as well at obxtoday.com and on Beach 104, Big 94.5 WCMS, and 99.1 The Sound, our daily newscast. Other headlines this Tuesday morning at obxtoday.com. A 23rd Dare County resident has died from complications of COVID-19. Meanwhile, the county's now had 4,207 positive resident cases since the pandemic started in March 2020. The latest death was a woman between the ages of 50 and 64. No other information released about the first death reported since November 9th in Dare County. 2 Dare County residents were hospitalized because of the coronavirus, according to Monday's update from Dare County Health and Human Services. The new update comes out every Tuesday. That's the full update. We'll have that for you later today. Over on the mainland, 4 additional deaths were reported by Albemarle Regional Health Services last week. 2 in Pasquotank, 1 in Chowan, and 1 in Bertie County. North Carolina's average for new COVID cases was up for a 9th day on Monday, and the highest since October 29th, with a daily average of just under 2,000 new cases. More than 90% of federal workers have received at least 1 dose of a COVID-19 vaccine by Monday's deadline. Workers who are not in compliance are set to begin a counseling process that could ultimately result in their termination if they don't get a shot or secure and approved exemption. All right, more of OBX Today Live is coming up here on Facebook and YouTube, so stick around.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today, and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
Our pet of the week for this week is Snowflake. This handsome boy is just over a year old and super playful. He was brought to us when his owner could no longer care for him. Snowflake's favorite hobbies are sunbathing, batting toys around his kennel, and learning to parkour. He can live with an older dog and seems very interested in other cats. To adopt Snowflake or foster one of our other animals, you can visit us Monday through Saturday at our shelter located in Manio. This month is Adopt a Senior Pet Month here at the SPCA, so come on in to bring a senior pet to their new home and love forever. For more information, visit our website at www.obxspca.org or visit our OBX SPCA Facebook page.
Back in on OBX Today Live here on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Sam Walker. Glad to have you along with us on this Thursday morning. Oh, it's Tuesday morning. Wow. Okay. I'm already moving ahead. Turkey's got to thaw before we get to Thursday morning. Raw sewage backing up again in homes in the Eagle Creek community, while the private utilities equipment failure has also prompted a water conservation advisory. Residents of the Moyock neighborhood told NC Policy Watch yesterday the entire neighborhood of 420 homes was without sewer service Based in Virginia Beach, Sandler Utilities owns the sewage system and the wastewater treatment plant. EnviroLink, a North Carolina company with a mixed track record, manages the system on Sandler's behalf. One Eagle Creek resident told NC Policy Watch, "We just had a major sewage overflow that came out of our downstairs toilet into the hall, closets, and den. Critical portions of the sewer infrastructure are also overflowing." Our good friend Stephanie Harlow told NC Policy Watch, saying it's a freaking mess and nightmare. You hear Stephanie's voice right now saying that. Mike Myers, president of EnviroLink, did not respond to requests for comment. However, an email to residents from EnviroLink's billing and customer service manager stated that crews worked through the night to start bringing the system back online, and techs were on site continuing to work on bringing all lines up. We understand showers and laundry need to be completed, but please conserve water as much as possible today. Eagle Creek is on Currituck County's water system, but when residents shower, wash dishes, or flush the toilet, it sends wastewater into the privately run sewer system with the backups and overflows. NC Policy Watch reported back on November 10th that the neighborhood had been plagued by sewage issues from the failing system for 14 months. That included over Halloween. Within the past 18 months, the North Carolina Department of Environmental Quality has issued 4 notices of violation and fined Sandler more than $62,000 for those water quality violations. Treated wastewater, also known as effluent from the sewage treatment plant, sprayed on the Eagle Creek Golf Course to irrigate it. In October 2020, records show wastewater contained levels of fecal coliform bacteria more than 15 times the legal limit. Water samples taken in January 2021, according to court records, water samples from a ditch on Eagleton Circle contain bacteria from fecal matter that were too numerous to count. That's according to court documents. In January, coliform levels 100 times higher than legally allowed, along with exceedances of nitrogen and ammonia. The Department of Environmental Quality fined Sandler another $1,200 this year for failing to keep legally required sampling records. A DEQ spokeswoman said the agency filed a notice of contempt to Sandler in Currituck County Court last Tuesday. The contempt notice is related to a consent judgment between DEQ and Sandler, effective last July. It notes, quote, "The current state of the collection system presents an ongoing threat. The judgment requires Sandler to submit written plans for system upgrades and operator training. It also requires Sandler to maintain the collection system that prevents discharge of waste on the land or surface waters." EnviroLink has a checkered history. Although the company's not been cited by DEQ for any violations, many systems they manage have been. A review of enforcement records shows that at least 15 systems that EnviroLink manages have racked up 90 violations since 2018. Those violations accounted for more than $91,000 in fine. EnviroLink manages the public Noyak Regional Water System, which serves parts of northern Currituck. That system accumulated 20 violations in 2018 before EnviroLink took over. Since then, Moyoc has totaled 23 violations since 2019 and received fines of more than $35,000. So that's the latest from NC Policy Watch. Lisa Sorg, who's our great environmental writer, with a new story out. We'll get a link up to that. We've got it on our social media pages, on the OBX Today Facebook page, and on Twitter. You can also, we'll get it that posted up at obxtoday.com if you want to check it out. Or you can go to ncpolicywatch.org to read that story. Speaking of water, residents of Metcalf Residence Hall at NC State going home early because somebody messed with the sprinkler system last night and it flooded the dorm. University officials telling WREL a student accidentally activated the sprinkler, injuring that student and forcing more than 400 other students to find somewhere else to stay. There was flooding in the dorm. Metcalf used to be the international student dorm at NC State. And they said it's not one student who lives 2 floors down from where the sprinkler pipe burst said, "Not the way you want to start Thanksgiving week." Students were allowed to grab a few things, but for the most part, they were told, "Get out and we'll clean it up, and then you'll have to clean things up when you get back after Thanksgiving break." Students will be allowed to do an inventory of damage once they get home. College advised students to check with their parents' homeowners insurance policy to see if damaged goods are covered. NC State officials said 30 students chose to stay elsewhere on campus while the others just went on home a little early for break. Speaking of Thanksgiving, most National Park Service facilities in the Outer Banks will be open this week, and that includes a visitor center at Wright Brothers National Memorial. It's open on Thanksgiving Day if you're looking for something to do with the fam. This is the final week of camping for Cape Point and Frisco campgrounds. The Oregon Inlet and Ocracoke campgrounds stay open year-round now because they have power and water. Reservations and payments for campsites have to be done online only at recreation.gov. Details about the 118th anniversary celebration of Wright Brothers' first flight at Big Kill Double Hill, which will be coming up on December 17th, should be announced in the coming days. We'll get the details from the First Flight Society and the National Park Service about what's going to be going on. Unfortunately, last year we had the fireworks at Avalon Pier on December 17th. Not happening this year. They did, of course, had fireworks on July 4th. But that was kind of cool having that. I thought that was something that really should stick around, but doesn't look like it for this year anyway. Maybe something to bring back in future years, because that was kind of a neat way to for the holidays to really get cranking here in the Outer Banks, and something for locals. So you can check out on obxtoday.com on the Things to Do page. We've got all the details about what's open National Park Service-wise. We'll be adding in what's open elsewhere as well for the holiday weekend. We do have the closing and schedule changes up for local governments. Thursday and Friday, again, are state holidays in North Carolina, so that means that town, county, and state government offices will be closed both days. Of course, the federal holiday is only Thursday, but Friday is Black Friday, you're not getting anything done. We've got all the details about how the trash schedules have changed for this week and into next week at obxtoday.com. Town of Kill Double Hills, 3rd Street construction project continuing. There's work that'll be going on today. That's happening at the, where was that? I got it up here. Upper Dune Road. That part of that intersection's closed today. They're on 3rd Street. This is all part of the new water and water and stormwater lines that are going in, and a new sidewalk that are going in along 3rd Street in Kill Double Hills. So Upper Dune Road, that intersection is closed to traffic today. More of OBX Today straight ahead after you watch this here, presented by Gallup Funeral Services on Facebook and YouTube.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today, and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
The main thing that I want to do is to make students be able to see beauty better. Whether it's in making a pot, or whether it's in drawing, or whether it's in painting a picture, and for someone to look at a green tree and say they see 7 different shades of green in that tree, then I feel like I've been successful because I've taught them how to see those different things that make life beautiful. I enjoy teaching very much. I consider it a privilege to be able to share my knowledge with other people. The way that I teach the classes is I take the beginner students and I teach them the basics of whether it's painting or pottery. And a lot of the people that come back have taken the classes 4 and 5 years. They come in, they have ideas that they want to create, and I'm sort of a resource to help them if they have questions, if they want to know different little tricks to make things be enhanced or better, then they use me like that.
These facilities here are very well equipped, even for a professional. The other students that come here are very kind. We have a nice social environment here. It's engaging, and the way the art facility here is run is on a very professional level. It's very relaxing, it's very good for the brain, it's very soothing and therapeutic. College of the Albemarle is great. I'd say any classes for enrichment or to improve your skill set here on any level, I can't say enough nice things about the College of the Albemarle.
I would encourage people to take any kind of art class, my class or any person's art class, because life has so many pressures that when you create art, you're sort of in this zone, and it is sort of hard and it's an emotional thing. It's almost like putting a puzzle together. But there's a big gratification in the end when you fit all the pieces together and you have something beautiful to look at. If a student comes to me and says they're interested in taking my class, I'm going to tell them that I'm very excited and I want them to come in and have fun and just enjoy the medium that we're working on.
Back on OBX Today Live on this windy Tuesday morning. We'll take a look at the OBX Today Weather Center forecast in just a few minutes, and the tropical update, the non-tropical update. Yesterday, the White House Christmas tree was delivered. It's a North Carolina tree for the 13th time. An 18.5-foot tall Fraser fir from Jefferson out in Ashe County was delivered yesterday morning to the White House on a caisson towed by the D.C. Army National Guard. Again, it's the 13th time a North Carolina-grown Christmas tree has been in the White House. It was grown on the Peak Farms, Rusty and Bo Estes farm out in Jefferson, the exact opposite corner of the state from us, out west. Tree was chosen last month. It'll be displayed again in the Blue Room. More than 30 states compete annually to display their Christmas tree in the White House. 3 other trees from the farm will also be along and displayed in other rooms at the People's House. Representatives from the White House staff, which is run by the National Park Service, came out to pick the 30-year-old Fraser fir. So another North Carolina tree will be in the White House, or is in the White House now. And they already started decorating. They probably had that thing decorated as fast as they work. It's probably already done. Now, I'm going to throw up the display here. A lot of you may have saw this on Facebook yesterday. There it is here on obxtoday.com. That's a buck. Looks like he's about a 4-pointer. He's about a young one. And yes, that is underneath Rodanthe Pier yesterday. A deer took a swim out, and they said, the folks at Rodanthe Pier saying that deer swam in from the end, which, so out there checking it out, the end got damaged, or at least got cut off from the rest of the pier by the nor'easter earlier this month. But that is a deer. Rodanthe Pier is now a deer stand. Not unusual, honestly, to see deer swimming in our waters, even across Oregon Inlet. A number of times charter boat captains have seen deer swimming across the inlet. They've even seen a bear swim across Oregon Inlet. So not that unusual. But that young buck decided he was going to take a swim yesterday at Rodanthe Pier. And just so happened they got a picture of it on their Facebook page. We got it for you, of course, there at obxtoday.com. I don't know if the Rodanthe Pier camera is... Yeah, that pier, the camera that's by Rodanthe Pier is not working right now, so I can't show you that image. But it was pretty cool to see. They are working on getting the inn reconnected, by the way. at Rodanthe Pier, which was damaged by the nor'easter last year. They are going to wrap up operations this weekend at Rodanthe Pier and then get to work on that. They'd already planned to do some work. That's just going to make things a little more that they've got to do. All right. We got more OBX Today Live coming up here on Facebook and YouTube, so stay with us.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
Welcome to the town of Duck, North Carolina. Duck is a thriving coastal community where residents value and respect the dynamic barrier island environment. Visitors come from all over to enjoy the clean waters, beaches, maritime forests, wetlands, and dunescapes. Whether you are a resident or visitor, you will enjoy exploring the town of Duck. Before you start out on your own adventure, you need to know about one section of Duck that used to be a Navy bombing and rocket target range. This history means that there is a potential danger from unexploded training items that are still present in that area today. From 1941 to 1965, the Department of the Navy used 176 acres of land called the Duck Target Facility as a bombing and target range. During this period, U.S. Navy aircraft from the Norfolk, Virginia area would fly to the target range and conduct practice bombing and rocket runs. Pilots entered the range complex from the west and fired eastward at land-based stationary targets. Historical information tells us that these targets were located in the portion of the site that is currently occupied by the Field Research Facility. This Engineer Research and Development Center was established in 1977 and still supports the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers coastal engineering mission today. The training rockets and practice bombs used on the Duck Target Facility were fitted with spotting charges for marking by ground personnel. Debris from these items could still pose an explosive hazard today. Pilots using the targets were training, and those training rockets and bombs were known to have periodically fallen short, wide, and long of their intended targets. There is the possibility of these training items still being present, not only on the 176 acres that were the Duck Target Facility, but also on the land north or south of the targets, in the Currituck Sound to the west, or in the Atlantic Ocean to the east. To keep you and your family safe, everyone must understand the dangers of handling or disturbing munitions. Children are naturally curious and interested in exploring areas or handling equipment used by the military. Adults have also been known to collect military souvenirs, mistakenly believing they are no longer hazardous. If you come across a munition, or even think you might have come across a munition, don't touch, move, or disturb it in any way. If they explode, anyone nearby could be killed or severely injured. Follow the 3 R's of explosive safety and teach them to your family. Recognize, retreat, report. Recognize when you may have come across a munition and that munitions can be dangerous. Retreat, do not approach, touch, move, or disturb a suspect munition, but carefully leave the area. Report immediately what you saw and where you saw it to the Duck Fire Department or call 911.
Go on. What are you doing? Come on, throw me the frisbee. Check this out. Whoa, stop. Don't touch it. I think it's an old bomb or rocket or something. This used to be a Navy target range.
Are you serious? That's so cool. We have to get
No, seriously, don't touch it. Stay back here. People can die or get really hurt from messing with these. It could still blow up.
All right, calm down. It looks so old. I bet it doesn't even work.
Trust me, my mom was telling me about this. It doesn't matter what it looks like. She even talked about a Civil War cannonball that blew up, and that's probably way older than this is. Hey, give me the Frisbee. Let's get out of here. Hi, yeah, I wanted to report something that my friend and I found on the beach. I think it's an old bomb or rocket or something. It's pretty rusty, so I'm not really sure, but... Yeah, could you meet us at the beach access on Sandy Ridge Road, and we can show you?
Munitions are designed to injure or kill people or destroy equipment. They might be old or new and easy or hard to identify. The age or appearance of the item is no sign of the degree of danger it may present. Even cannonballs from the Civil War still present an explosive hazard. Follow the 3 R's of explosive safety. Recognize, retreat, report. Recognize when you may have come across a munition and that munitions are dangerous. Retreat. Do not approach, touch, move, or disturb a suspect munition, but carefully leave the area. Report. Immediately report what you saw and where you saw it to the Duck Fire Department or call 911. Thanks for watching this video. Enjoy your time exploring all that Duck, North Carolina has to offer. Remember, if you think you've come across a munition, follow the 3 R's to stay safe. Recognize, retreat, report.
Back on OBX Today Live here on Facebook and YouTube. I thought it'd be cool. Rehash. There's some of that relics. That's from my daughter-in-law. I got a picture of that. That old rocket there. That was on the sound side there in Duck back in January of 2020 when we had a blow. And when water blows out, and it's blown out pretty good this morning on this end of the sound. And folks like to kind of explore around there during the winter. That's what you might find, along with some other items that have been in the water a long time, shell casings and training bomb fragments. So, yeah, there's, it gives you an oyster shell there. That was from 2020. But anyway, that video produced in conjunction with Current TV. Some of the stuff that we're finding on YouTube. We've got other videos that we're going to be adding here all the time. They're actually pretty cool. Folks over at Current TV produce for Dare County. Those who are not Charter Spectrum subscribers don't get a chance to see this stuff. They do have a stream up of Current TV. If you search Current TV Dare County, you can watch some of that programming that they produce. But just thought it'd be cool to add some of that stuff here. But there you go. Anyway, just found that video last night surfing around YouTube. All right, OBX Today Live continues with a look at sports. College basketball last night. Kind of a scary incident early on. Number 5 Duke playing Citadel at Cameron last night. Duggar Balcom, who's the coach of the Bulldogs, actually collapsed just a minute into the game, was taken to a hospital and fell ill on the sideline. He was conscious when he was helped out of the gym by medical personnel. Balcom was in good spirits, remained hospitalized overnight, planning to return with the team this morning to Charleston. Duke went on to win that game by a 107-81 score. Virginia playing up in Newark, New Jersey. Last night they beat Georgia 65-55. They'll take on Providence tonight. North Carolina home to take on UNC Asheville this evening. That's a 9 tip tonight. Yeah, great. NHL last night, Carolina Hurricanes only their 3rd loss of the season. This one coming in overtime as they continue their 6-game West Coast road swing, falling in San Jose 2-1. But again, the Hurricanes, the hottest team in the NHL, with just their 3rd loss in 17 outings so far this year. They have just been tearing it up. And Monday Night Football last night, Tampa Bay beat the Giants 30-10. All right, and that's sports. And let's get you a OBX Today Weather Center. Look at the OBX Today Weather Center. And a tropical update, nothing tropical-wise to talk about. Here is the 5-day outlook from the National Hurricane Center. Now 6 days left in hurricane season. We got nothing at all out there, nothing at all to talk about. Front coming through yesterday is left behind high pressure, and that's why we've got these breezy conditions. It'll be rather cool today with high only here on the Outer Banks of 47. Winds out of the north at 20 to 25, gusts to 30. Tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, a low down to 40. North winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25. Sunny, a little bit warmer for Wednesday, high 53. But still north wind at 10 to 15, gusts to 20. Wednesday night will be clear, a low 41. Sunny on Thanksgiving Day, a high right around 59. Thursday night, partly cloudy. A little clipper system's going to come through. That may bring us some showers overnight. There might be a little bit of snow up north, way up north. But when those clipper systems like to come through, and those have a tendency to bring snow up to the D.C. area. So something to keep in mind there, up that way if you're watching. Friday, a few showers in the morning, then partly sunny, breezy, a high 57. Saturday, sunny and 52. Sunday, sunny and 57. Monday, sunny and 53. Coastal Marine forecast today. We did have a gale warning posted through the morning hours. I got a feeling that has probably continuing. Yep, gale warning through the day today. We'll see west winds at 10 to 15. They will pick up this afternoon. The northwest at 15 to 20, gusts to 25. Waves on the Sounds could run anywhere from 2 to 3. Wait a minute, that's the overnight. They have not updated that, so that is weird. Last check, it was 3 to 5 feet on the Sounds and 2 to 4 foot waves on the open waters. That'll be later today, so not a good day to be out in the boat unless you're in Lee. Got somewhere that's wind protected. We're not duck hunting. I know we heard some guys out shooting a little while ago here at our house. Water temperatures on the ocean side, right around 60 on the north beaches. Avon, Randy Anthony, you're probably in the mid 60s. Sound side at 63. Next tide change in Oregon Inlet's a high tide at 9:52 this morning. Currently outside our studios in Uptown Nags Head, we've got sunny skies and 39 degrees. And that is going to do it for OBX Today Live here on Facebook and YouTube. We'll wrap up the week tomorrow on our Thanksgiving Eve edition. Get that turkey out of the freezer. Better get it thawing. I put ours in the refrigerator. Gonna have to do the bucket thing, I can already tell. It's not thawing out nearly as fast as I thought. So we're gonna get the bucket, dunk it. That's what we're gonna do. Have yourself a great Tuesday, everybody. Back with you tomorrow here on Facebook and YouTube, presented by Gallup Funeral Services. Online anytime, obxtoday.com. Have yourself a great Tuesday, everybody. See ya.